What can you do with a rice grain? You can feed it to the crow or even a pigeon if you know. You can take a bite too if you like it raw. But can you make a god with rice and sticks and no straw? I can. I live somewhere you might not know. I'm a Munda and I make gods with reaps of my pen.
Orija sativa, paddy, dhana. The monsoon has set in both in the high hills and coastal plains. Women folk are busy these days sowing paddy saplings. There's a lot of hard work from morning to evening, but they easy out all the pain with sharing emotion and laughter. Soon the muddy water will turn into a green oasis like a field of emerald, sprawling as far as one's eyes can stretch. In 3 months, the green field will turn into a valley of gold. The paddy is now ready for harvest. This is the cycle which is being repeated year after year, at least for the last 4 millenniums. For 46 million Odias, rice is not just a staple food. It reflects their culture, faith and devotion. Dhana is treated as Ma Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance and prosperity. Every year in the Hindu sacred month of Margashira, before the harvest season, the women folk of Odisha invoke Ma Lakshmi by decorating their house floor with a form of mural art called Jhoti. Made of the ingredient rice flour paste, Jhoti symbolizes Ma Lakshmi. There are also other arrangements made for Lakshmi worship in Odisha. However, the Bhatoda indigenous community in western Odisha has gone one step ahead. They use the dhana itself to create the image of Lakshmi. Vatodas live in the Eastern Ghat Hills and the surrounding uplands. Though once widely spread, today they are confined to Dabuga locality of Nabarangpur district. Besides Nabarangpur, in Nuapada and Bargarh districts, too, paddy craft is practiced by the Gond community. Dhana murtis or paddy crafts are unpeeled rice grain idols distinctive to the region of Western Odisha. Traditionally, the artisans of the community make Dhana Lakshmi, goddess Lakshmi with pedestal. Rice is a symbol of prosperity. Making an idol of goddess Lakshmi out of unpeeled rice is considered to be the most preferred object. Dhana Murti is made using three key elements: rice grains, bamboo slivers and splits, and coloring threads.
When we make this pattern in the paddy straw craft, we have to remember one side should have a cross section and other side should have a plain looking side. And apart from that, you have to remember the ends of the seed or the paddy seed should face on one side. So the panicle ends which have the pedestal side stick to the paddy one, and the other one should face upward. So there has to be a particular pattern which follows throughout when you are weaving the seeds in this particular broomsticks. When we weave this particular patterns, it needs to be very tightly weaved so that the seed should not come out of the pattern. When we bend different types of forms and pattern out of these crafted seed patterns.
The bamboo slivers are first soaked in turmeric water and then kept under the sun for drying to make them flexible. Then after, the artisans loop the rice grains between two thin bamboo slivers using colored cotton threads alone. At the final stage, the artisan sits to fold and coil rice sticks into various forms, creating objects and idols. The coiled sticks are held in place with a complexity of colored cotton threads, evolved to look like beautiful patterns.
2 years back, I learned this craft of paddy seed craft, which is basically I learned at Kalabhumi at a workshop where craftsmen from Western Odisha they visited and they taught us how to make these crafts from paddy seeds. So here basic requirement for this craft is paddy seeds, as we say it's paddy seeds craft, and the thread, different colorful threads, and apart from that you need broomsticks. So these are three things which is easily available back at our homes: the broomstick, the threads, and the paddy seeds. So in Western Odisha, since they have plentifully they are blessed with rice and they produce a lot of rice, they use for their daily purpose and consumption, and apart from that they make a livelihood out of this by making this craft. So while making this craft, one has to soak these broomstick overnight so that these sticks became very flexible, not very sturdy while working with it. And then one has to fix the thread at one end and then start making the patterns like crisscross patterns so that the seeds get fixed in this particular broomstick in a particular pattern, and through these patterns or these particular weaved or woven seed patterns, they make different kind of crafts out of it. So it may be a flower, it may be a leaf, and they use bamboo sticks also to fix or make a different kind of a pattern out of it. So it is basically not difficult, but it is very skill based craft, which once you start doing it, you will learn it, or else because it took half an hour or more than that. For a lot of people, when we attended the workshop, we could not understand how the pattern is working. So what happens if you are not able to not fixing the pattern properly? There are times when it will come out of the whole pattern what you are weaving in this whole broomstick pattern. So that has to be remembered, because then it won't be sustainable, and the whole thing what you are constructing, it will get deconstructed in the later phase. And sometimes they use some fevicols also, because to make it more stick to the pattern where we have created this leaf. So in the leaf pattern they fix little bit of fevicol so that it gets stick. So there are few other little bit of techniques we need to be remembered, which I guess once you start doing this craft more often, you understand how it need to be made or it need to be done. So basically, if you see, this is a craft which need lot of patience and need lot of skill, which comes out of experience, and it is very sustainable enough, eco-friendly, and anybody can make it back at their home. So that's it.
Today, as demands have increased, the spectrum of paddy craft has widened with making of various other objects including carts, idols of Jagannath, Balabhadra and Subhadra, Ganesha, Vishnu and his incarnations in various sizes, chariots and animal figures such as peacock and elephant. But the soul of paddy craft is the celebration of Ma Lakshmi, an idea that binds sustainability with devotion. Hi friends, I hope you like the video on paddy craft. So here I am holding one of my favorite paddy crafts, an object of paddy crafts, a Ganpati, which is made out of unpeeled rice. So what has moved me in this documentary is the women folk from the indigenous communities. It's a very painstaking job, there's no doubt about it. You have to have a lot of concentration, you have to have a lot of focus. But still, the women folk from the indigenous communities who are into making of paddy crafts, they do it with so much of joy and happiness, because they believe that paddy, what they are doing, what they are making, they are not just making an object, they are actually creating goddess Ma Lakshmi out of unpeeled rice. So when we talk about rice or paddy, paddy is one of Odisha's oldest crops, and for at least 5,000 years, the people of Odisha, the native people of Odisha, have been living on rice. So it is not just a source of livelihood, it is also considered as a symbol of happiness, as a symbol of prosperity. So that is why in Odisha people consider rice as a symbol of Ma Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, the goddess of prosperity. And when we talk about rice in Odisha, it's like one of the origins of rice in the entire world. The Koraput Plateau in southwestern Odisha. Even today there are about 100-200 varieties of wild rice being cultivated and documented. And it is told that in earlier times there used to be more than thousands varieties of rice cultivated in Koraput tribe. So that is what is the indigenous knowledge system of rice in Odisha. And how it is integrated with devotion, this is what has moved me, and this is what is the soul of this story. Thank you so much again for watching it.